Hello, hello. So today on Van Talks, we're going to be talking about mindset, but specifically why mindset is even more crucial when deciding to take this leap into this new lifestyle of living in a van. Today I kind of switched up the ambiance. I wanted to be more comfy, but so yeah, mindset. I think for me personally, it's going into it, you have to, or you should, make a commitment with yourself. What is it that you are looking for, all right? Whether it's internally, externally, you want more nature in your life, you want to hit the reset button and slow down, you want to spend more time reflecting and be a bit more introspective. So when I say thinking about what that means for you and making that commitment, it's really because there's going to be a trade-off. So you may be giving up your home, your apartment, your house, your space that is a part of your day-to-day. It's familiar to you, it's comfortable, you've decorated it and designed it to your appetite and your liking, and now you're deciding, what do I need to bring with me, and also what must I leave behind. But where it's a bit more difficult and challenging at first, which is kind of like a shock and I guess like a culture shock. That's what it felt like for me, similar to traveling to Europe or Africa for the first time. And it's really, you may not have a shower, right? Our shower's hooked to the back door and we pull out a hose and attach it to a shower head and do one of those. Or you may shower in gyms, or you just may not shower some days and becoming more comfortable with a public restroom, unless you have the have it in your budget and can afford to have a shower in your setup. Bathroom, we have a portable porta potty that you put a plastic bag in, so kind of holding your own shit and tying it up and tossing it, that's different. But also you have definitely the flexibility to be wherever, whenever, for sure. You can travel more depending on how much cash you want to allocate towards your gas. But I will say do I want to sleep more in a national forest or on public land, which is called BLM land, opposed to sleeping in a Walmart lot, right? Or in a city where you can or cannot sleep at sometimes, and you kind of are in a city and then you realize, well, being from New York City, it's like I thought I'd feel more comfortable in cities, but that's where it's very weird for me. I like that it's more busy, and for me that's familiar, that's what I grew up being used to. But that actually presents a bit more of risk and kind of danger and or crime sometimes. Whereas when you're out in the country or out in an open area, it's just nature and wildlife that you're really kind of against. But then sometimes there's, depending on location and how busy it is, then you have hunters and guns and more guns, and just a different kind of lifestyle and being. You find that people just leave their doors open, and I think where that relates to mindset, it's just the being on alert, because it's not only your home, right? Most of my possessions are in here, and then when I'm grabbing groceries and loading up the fridge, and the van is open, it's just, you feel very, very exposed. Like, like your ass is out. Literally, door open, you're trying to pack your groceries, you got your iPad over there, your GoPro, and then just as a being yourself, which is priceless. So mindset, definitely the trade-offs, definitely the culture shock and the different ways of living that you will enter into. And a big one, when, look at the wing, they're at the dog park. Hi, Wingy. Hi, baby. When you grow up and the objective is to do well for yourself, right? And build yourself up, start creating your life, right? Building up your resume, your skill set, and just the person that you are holistically, then you're kind of packing that part away and almost starting over, right? But you can change geographies, but you're still bringing your own stuff with you, essentially. I live by that. Even though I do travel a lot, sometimes I have to call myself out on that. The point I'm trying to get at is leaving a career behind, and I will make this probably a special video when I'm going to celebrate something. More of my story and who I am and what I was doing before I got here and why I chose this life for myself and kind of what next steps are. But just traveling on savings and not earning an income, seeing that account dwindling down, and most importantly, really doing what I want to do and waking up and saying, what do we want to do today, right? And where should we go next? It's something I've never felt before. But then there's this little voice in my head that's like, but you should be working harder, and you're in your later 20s, you should be grinding and building yourself up during these golden years. But then there's also the side of me that says, go and explore the world and yourself and let me know what you see and discover, and then get back to it. Don't go too far off the path. You can kind of sway to the right or the left and then get back on course and head down, hunker down. But it's again that mindset and that commitment to, I want to reset. I want to spend time outside. I want to focus on my health 100%. I want to really move as much as I can every day. I want to spend more time with my loved one, in this case loved one, but my mom will be coming to visit me soon, so loved ones, and I may have a friend popping out soon as well. So spending more time with my loved ones and having more time with myself. Like, there's 8 hours in a workday. Sometimes I was clocking in 9 or 10, and it's wild that I think about that. Now that time is being poured into me differently, whether it's a 5-hour hike, a 1.5 hour gym session, longer showers, longer time cooking meals, longer walks with the dogs, just not rushing every day to get through the things because, you know, we've got to wash, rinse, repeat, right? So there's that. This is what I want in this very moment, and understanding that sometimes you may want to kind of lean back into old ways or old habits or old routines or just still goals that you have in this current moment that maybe it's more of I'm investing into Alana as opposed to Alana's career. And just because I'm not clocking into work and doing what I was doing, I'm still reading a lot. I have more discussions with myself in my mind, and they're healthier conversations. And a lot more time speaking to people from all around the world, which has been unlike learning through any other source or channel. I think mindset is crucial, but then there's also, I like nice things and sometimes flashy things and lavish lifestyles and just voila. And sometimes there's a, hey, we're gonna scale back on that because we want to be able to do this longer. And oh, that's a cool souvenir, but do I really need it? And then there's also the, do I have space for it? So there are a lot of things that you may want to purchase for yourself, as in materialistic items, depending on your style and what you and who you are as a person. Sometimes we have like stickers on the fridge. I even find myself like, do we really need to pay $7 for that sticker? But for me, that's like collecting travel mugs, and it's like a hobby, and it's meaningful. You can kind of assign meaning to different things depending on how twisted you want to get in your head. But there's that. I think just finally, the always going back to your why. I know people speak about this a lot, and until you define that for yourself, and that will change from time to time, albeit 6 months, a year, just check in with yourself, assess your life, and ask yourself, what is your why, and what's the goal right now for the next month, maybe, to make it more bite-sized and digestible for you. It's, what is your why? And that will allow for you to keep this sharp and healthy and, again, dedicated and committed, even though at times you may question, am I really living in a van and not working? Like, it's, whoa. But then you think, this is not permanent for me. For other people it may be, and that's, they've established why that works for them and that they can continue to do it. It could change for us, but for now it's certainly short term until we figure out those next steps for ourselves. Mindset. When you're driving and your house starts falling apart, things fall out, the fridge swings open and items fly out, it gets frustrating. Small space with my husband and 2 dogs is a lot of closeness, and you have to remember, like, this is, it's no longer a 900 or like 970 square foot apartment, and we no longer have our separate routines than our togetherness, and committing to reestablishing that for yourself, and really just focusing on, like, why do I want to do this? What was it that I was looking for, and am I getting that? And a weird one was, I thought that I'd have more time, so I'd wake up earlier, and I mentioned in the past waking up early in the Habits Talk, Van Talks, about eyes open, sit up, feet on the floor, and then it's right, I do my celebration to reinforce that habit, ensure that it maintains that its consistency. I wasn't waking up early when starting van life. I was still sleeping until like 11, and I was like, whoa, is my body really that shot? And then I was like, whoa, you are not gonna get this time back. I mean, ever, van life or not, but a lot of you have time to do you, like, get out and go live. So I've been waking up at 9, some days a little before that, but today I woke up at 5:30. Can't say I woke up, I kind of was tossing and turning, and I was like, let's just stay awake. I read a book for a bit, made us coffee, then we took the dogs to the dog park, then we went to Best Buy because I'm trying to figure out this GoPro storage thing and how to do that, because GoPros have like very high quality, and I think it's like 4K or something like that, and it takes up a lot of space. So thinking about that, and I don't have a laptop, so I can't do the quick storage device and offload it. But as I digress, we're gonna go see a movie in a bit. We went to work out. We're gonna see a movie in a bit. The dogs are at the dog park, and I was like, it's Van Talks time. I really do hope that my experience with mindset and how I've kind of always gone back to that during this experience of living in a van kind of sparks a little bit of something within you. And please let me know what you think. This was slightly different today, but still somewhat related to the noggin. Let me know what you think. Comment below if there's something that you want to hear about. If you are interested in, hey, what did you learn that you needed during this experience that you didn't think you'd need or didn't have? Lessons learned about thyself. Anything. I had a really beautiful conversation with a woman today who's homeschooling her daughter, and that was just wow. Something that wasn't very common during my upbringing. But yes, let me know what you think, and until next time.